What's going on, everyone? I'm finally going to talk to you guys today about developing your vibrato technique. And I've got a lot of questions over the past year about, how do I sound better? How do I practice my vibrato? And so today I kind of want to give you guys a basic idea of, how to lay out the foundation, how to approach it, physically, how to get the sound that you're looking for. And what I've done over the years to try to get better at it. And I want to first say that this is something that takes years. It's not something that you're going to get next week, next month. It's something that I can personally say I worked on for years at a time and focused on that specifically. And so to start, you really need to figure out what kind of vibrato sound you're going for. There's B.B. King, depending on what decade. There's the slow hand, Eric Clapton style. There's, Buddy Guy, Albert King, Albert Collins type blues style. You got Jimi Hendrix, or you can go to Stevie Ray Vaughan style, or there's 80s, Van Halen metal. Me personally, I love Stevie Ray Vaughan's vibrato, and that's what I want it to sound like. But I can remember as a kid listening to Voodoo Child and listening to that intro solo lick. And thinking, that's what I want to do. And to start, you need to figure out what you want to sound like. And then from there, you need to listen to that kind of music or that artist for thousands and thousands of hours, man. It's not, something that you listen to while you're working or while you're, playing video games. It's something that you need to be able to sit down and listen to very intently and have your guitar and see how they were getting those sounds. Because these guys that we look up to, they didn't have YouTube videos. They didn't have tab books or online tablature. They literally listened to vinyl for hours upon hours and just by ear figured out how to do this stuff. And so I think, a lot of us underestimate the amount of time and listening that goes into this kind of thing. Me personally, I have a very specific way of doing it, and you can reference the beginning of this video to kind of look at how I was holding the guitar and how I was bending the strings. But I'm going to try to explain it to you the best I can. But I hold the guitar with my entire hand, and it's not a death grip by any means. And I wrap my finger over it just like, Jimi Hendrix would or Stevie Ray Vaughan. In this specific bend, which I'm really just going to talk about one bend, and there's tons of vibratos and there's tons of different bends that you can do. But this specific bend, I'm using all three fingers here, and so this is going to help you bend the string. And I use a little bit heavier strings, 11 to 60 or so, and these, by some people's standards, these are pretty heavy, so you want to use all the strength that you can, because this kind of physical playing style will wear you out really quick, and so you want to try to be as efficient as possible. So I use all three fingers here, and I'm using the strength from all of them to bend while I keep my hand wrapped around like that. It makes it a little bit easier once you can get used to it. It's kind of a weird thing at first, but you want to start out this way and you'll develop it, When you've really listened to this stuff, it's going to help you because, when you're bending this note, you're bending up to the octave. In this case, we're in the key of B. I'm tuned down half a step. And so we're bending up to this B note up here. And so you need to hear when you've hit that note when you're bending, right? So right there. And once you get to that point is when you're going to start that vibrato sound. And then it's a matter of how fast do you want to oscillate that note and how much do you want to. And me personally, this is what I go for. But ultimately, I can teach you how I approach it and how I practice it. I will just sit around and, use that as a warm-up technique, because this really takes some strength. And like I said, it's not going to happen overnight. You have to be willing to work on it and to understand that it's going to take a while to get there. But as far as practicing techniques go, you really need to sit there and work on that bend until you get it to sound right. And I think that's really important as to why you should listen, because you should be able to record yourself and listen back and say, that's not how I want that to sound. That's not how Hendrix did it or Stevie did it or whatever, and be able to tell the difference and just work on that until you can get it right, but start out and have your fingers in the right place and have your hand in the right place, and build off of that, because you want to have a good starting place to develop your vibrato from. I hope this has helped you guys. There's a lot more that I could get into with this kind of topic, but I feel like it's really important to start out learning the right way, because I've learned a lot of things the wrong way, and I have to go back and correct them, and it's very hard to do that once you get used to something. So hopefully you guys will take these ideas and try to run with them, and know that it's going to take some time to develop them, so don't get frustrated, But I really appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed to my channel and always are liking and commenting and helping me get this thing out there. It really means a lot to me. So if you guys want to comment below and let me know what you guys think of this video, and maybe any other video ideas you might have, I'd really appreciate that as well. And maybe you can follow me on Facebook or Instagram. It really helps me when I'm trying to book some shows. So I love all you guys as always, and I'll catch y'all later, all right? Peace.